Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd, fa'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. ووصينا الإنسان بوالديه إحسانا حملته أمه كرها ووضعته كرها صدق الله مولانا العظيم. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله. الصلاة والسلام عليك يا حبيب الله وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله सल्लल्लाहु ताला अलैहि वसल्लम। मेरे प्यारे आका सल्लल्लाहु ताला अलैहि वसल्लम के प्यारे दीवानों, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह जनाब मोहतरम अकील भाई had been talking about the ayat of the Quran, and it is the same ayat which I have quoted, which is a bit of it's our shortcoming that it twists our tongue. We don't pray this ayat maybe as much as we should. And there are plenty of programs going on about mothers. Maybe because it's Mother's Day and it's a different discussion whether we should observe Mother's Day or not. For me, it just gives us a chance to talk about mothers, which maybe otherwise we would not have. And maybe we can make one day in a year extra special for us. I know our brothers say every day is Mother's Day in Islam. Yes, but you don't make every day special for your mother. You have to be good to your mother every day, but you don't make it extra special for her every day. So inshallah today, in the light of the ayat that we have quoted, I want to talk to you about mothers, but I want to give you an insight into motherhood. Again, Janab Akil Sahab has touched on it, but I'm going to go into more graphic details about things. And the reason is that you have not seen what your mother went through when she was bearing you, when she gave you birth, when she was raising you. Does anyone remember that? No. Maybe you have seen this on your siblings, but again, you must be too young. The only time when you actually see what a mother goes through is when you see your wife going through it. But by that time, for some of them, the mothers have already passed away, or for some of them, it is so late that the damage in their relationship has been done. And so, I want to tell you beforehand so that you can appreciate what a mother is. And this is the ayat as mentioned of Surah Al-Ahqaf. There are several ayat about parents in the Quran, inshallah, we'll go through them, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala, at other times, where Allah Ta'ala talks about parents. In this, Allah Ta'ala starts off with parents, but then the next part of the ayat is only about mothers. So not only we are talking about mothers, Allah Ta'ala in His book has specifically talked about mothers. And inshallah, the first part of the ayat, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا, I'm going to come to that later on. First, I want to talk about the latter bit of the ayat, which is حَمَلَتْهُ أُمُّهُ كُرْهًا. Allah Ta'ala is telling us that the mother, she was bearing you with hardship. Can you imagine holding some weight right in the middle of your body all the time? I remember when I used to go to school in India, the school bags are notoriously heavy. It's like you don't need to do weightlifting. Or sometimes it feels that the child is not lifting the bag is lifting the child. It's like you're actually sitting on the bag. It is that heavy, the books. You have textbook for every subject, and then you have notebook for every subject, and so many other things. Once you carry it, and that too you are carrying on your shoulder, you just can't wait to put it. Like, when will I reach school so that I can get rid of this? When will I reach home so that I can put it away? So the only thing you can think of is to get rid of the weight. Can the mother do that with the baby? I'm going to put him on the side because I'm going out? No. It feels too heavy. You can't. You have to carry the baby all the time. And when you are carrying the baby, she still has to do work. Not that she just sat there with her feet up. She still has to look after the family. She still has to look after the house. She still has to go to work. I mean, the maternity leave starts at about 9 months. So right till the end, they are working. Right till the end, they are also working at home, looking after everyone. And they have to be in that state all the time, even when they go to sleep. Can you imagine how like disturbing it would be, how uneasy they would feel? But they do that. Quran mentions just one word, hardship. Kurhan, with a tanween. That means everything that they do in those days when they are bearing you is with hardship. Everything that they do becomes difficult. Even an easy task of lifting something up from the ground becomes difficult. That is Qur'an. Everything becomes difficult. And then comes the time of birth. Allahu Akbar. You know, when a mother gives birth to a child, it's a life and death situation. She really doesn't know if she will come out alive on the other side. She is giving life to someone, putting her own life in danger. And you don't know what she has to go through. If you talk about the pain is only second to the pain of death. And we men have to hear this all the time. You will never know what the pain is. And we say, yes, we'll never know what the pain is. We agree, fully agree. We'll never know what the pain is. Because that pain is exclusively for them. That is how enduring they are. That is how strong they are. We tell them, we say that they are the softer gender. They are not. They are the stronger gender. In a lot of respects, they are the stronger gender. They are the more enduring. So, when she is in there giving birth, the pain and the everything else that goes with it, Allahu Akbar, putting her life in danger, bleeding. I mean, if somebody gives you so much trouble, so much pain, would you smile at that person? No. But the mother, as soon as she sees the baby, she smiles. And you know, when we see our wives going through this, that is when we realize, really? Did our mother go through this to bring us into this world? I know of a person who actually went to his mother after the childbirth and he cried. And he said, I'm sorry, mother. I didn't know I put you through all this. It is just not easy at all. Not easy at all. This is how she brings you into this world. And then, after you are born, then the more difficult thing starts. As mentioned, feeding. How many times does she feed the baby? Countless number of times in a day. You might know these things, but I want you to realize. And then I want to come to the first bit of the ayah. You might know these things, but you need to know it properly. That if somebody wakes you up twice at night, you know your night is disturbed, your sleep is disturbed, and if you don't have a good night's sleep, the next day is also ruined. Is that right or wrong? This happens with the mother every night. She has to wake up tens of times and sit there and feed the baby. Feed the baby. And in all this, the father is always in a supporting role. The father is not bearing the child. The father is not giving birth. The father is not feeding the child. The father might yes to wake up at sometimes and change the nappies. The father could help. The father is in a supporting role, but he is not in a primary role. And this is one of the reasons, as mentioned before, why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the one who deserves the best from you is your mother, is your mother, is your mother, and then the father. Because the real task, the real responsibility, the real person who is in charge of all this is no one but the mother. And then it carries on, mashallah. Before the child, the mother would think about shopping, would think about her looks, would think about other things. As soon as the child is born, now she is thinking about the child. When she goes shopping, she does not shop for herself, she is shopping for the child. Winter is coming up, spring is coming up, summer is coming up, Eid is coming up, the next Eid is coming up, somebody's wedding is coming up, somebody's party is coming up, dresses, this, that, and all the other things. Do father worry about this? We'll go mad if we did. And that is just one child I'm talking about. If you have 2, 3, 4, can you imagine? Only a mother can do this. She used to do all kinds of beauty stuff, which is allowed as long as no strangers see it. But now she's only worried about the baby. She would spend the money which she is earning on herself, but now she is spending the money she is earning, or which comes to the family, on the baby. The baby comes first. Her entire schedule of the day revolves around the baby. When the baby sleeps, not that she sleeps, when the baby sleeps, she can do the work. When the baby sleeps, she can have a meal in peace. When the baby sleeps, then she can do the other important things that she has to do. Sleeping is just out of question. It's just on and off all the time. And she gets some peace when the child goes to full-time school. That is what, at the age of 4? But by then, the second child has arrived. So the cycle starts again. And then, by the time that happens with the second child and the second child goes to school, may Allah give more barakat, the third child is coming in there. And then it could be more. I heard a mother say, 12 years after the first baby, when her third child started to go to full-time school, she said, it's like I have discovered my life back. After 12 years. 12 years, that means her life, her time, her money, her devotion, dedication, everything was sacrificed on the mother. After 12 years, I feel I have found my life back. Subhanallah. This is what a mother does. Just to give you a glimpse, all of our mothers went through the same thing. And it is after all those sacrifices, you and I are sat here. Now, in return, what does Allah Ta'ala want? Allah Ta'ala now says in the beginning of the ayah, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا, that Allah Ta'ala has commanded insan, all of us. Insan refers to like each individual person, because each individual person is born. Okay? You all and we all have parents. We all are born. So it is not just a collective responsibility, it is an individual responsibility. If you are like 4 or 5 brothers or sisters, you think the other brother is looking after my mother and father, so I don't need to. He is paying for them, so I don't need to. He is living with them and serving them, so I don't need to. No. This ayah says that this is an individual responsibility. Each one of you has been commanded separately by Allah. Each one of you. It doesn't matter how many brothers and sisters you have who are serving your parents. But what about your duty? So what is the actual commandment? It's so interesting. Allah says, وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا. Allah did not say be good to them. Be the best to them, not even that. I'll give you an example. A teacher comes into the class and the children are messing. They're messing about. One of the ways the teacher can say is, hey everybody, can you please be quiet? This is one of the ways. The other way is, the teacher enters the classroom and says, silence. Which one is more powerful? Second one. The second one is more powerful because the only word silence is so forceful. Allah Ta'ala did the same thing where Allah Ta'ala is saying, just ihsanan. As far as your parents are concerned, not be the best, be good. Allah just said, the best. As far as your parents are concerned, the best. Ihsanan, the best. Not good, not good. The superlative form. Ihsanan, the best. Now you decide what is your best behavior. When you decide and when your parents feel that you are being the best, and by best means the best, that means you are better to your parents than you are to your wife. You are better to your parents than you are to your friends. You are better to your parents than you are to your children. You are better to your parents than you are to your boss, your manager, whoever it is. If you are better than all of them to your parents, then you are acting on this command of ihsana. وَوَصَّيْنَا الْإِنسَانَ بِوَالِدَيْهِ إِحْسَانًا. And you know what? The interesting bit? That what qualifies them for ihsan, for the best behavior? Just the wiladat part of it. Okay? There are two stages. You know, one is walida and then she becomes Or one is walid and then he becomes ab. What qualifies them for your best behavior is not part of it. You know when she becomes when she actually raises you in the best way, then she becomes an Then a father becomes an ab. Before that, just by giving birth to you, they are walid and walida. And only that, just giving you birth qualifies them for your best behavior. All the other things that they do, you can never repay that. You can never repay that. Shall I tell you one interesting thing again? What is the dua? Rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani sagira. Is that the dua? What is the dua you're making? Oh Allah, have mercy on my parents, just as they had mercy on me when I was young. Should it not be, Ya Allah, give me the tawfiq to be good to my parents, just as they were good to me, or to have mercy on them, just as they had mercy on me? The thing is, you can never be that good. You can never be as good to your parents as they were to you. So you ask, Ya Allah, I can't do it, you do it for them. I can't do it, I'll never be able to do it. Ya Allah, you do it for them. You have mercy on them. It is beyond me, beyond my power. No matter how much I try, I'll never be able to do that. So your best behavior is only because they are walid and walida. All the other things, you just can't repay it. Now, what is ihsan? How do you be good to them? Every person has a different relationship with the mother. Some have a very informal relationship. They can actually go and sit with the mother and chat with the mother, and they talk about the family and so on, and they can have a laugh with her. That is one relationship. There are some relationships where it is very formal. It is like full of respect and very, very formal relationship. Now, if a child, even you, if an adult, child, whoever, goes to your mother and just sits with her looking at her and trying to talk with her, she'll be surprised. What is it? What do you want? Yeah? Because there is no habit, there is no relationship. The relationship is not such that you go and talk to her. So whatever the relationship you have, you need to be the best in your particular relationship. Now I'll give you some examples. One of the things is, don't yell at them. Don't shout at them. Okay? They might shout at you. They might scream at you. What do? You do it back, don't you? They shout at you, you shout back? No, we can't do it. Let them shout. They have the authority. Let them do what they want. We can't do it. We can't yell at them. We can't reciprocate what they do to us. Stop yourself. They might, we are not even allowed to say uff. وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا uff. Don't even say to them uff. What is uff? Uff is an expression of frustration. Uff, man, you just don't get it. We say it. Some of you say it, don't we? You just don't get it, Mom. Dad, you just don't get it. Give me that laptop. It's not your cup of tea. I heard this recently, 2 weeks ago. The father receives a phone call, and it was for the son. So the father picked it up, and then he misheard the name or misunderstood the person, and he said, "Oh, Zohra Bhoisha," for example. And he gave the phone to the son. Now the son took the phone. "Hello, who is it? Zohra Bhoisha?" Oh no, it's Rahima Bhoisha. Okay, they have a chat. "Oh, Papanto Kasu, he's going that on the phone, yeah? Dad just doesn't get it. Papa, he's on the phone and he's talking to his father. Dad, you just don't get it. It's not Zohra Bhoisha, it's Rahima Bhoisha." And I was sat there and I just, subhanallah. We need to teach you Quran. No matter what they do, you are not allowed to say, "Oof, brother. Never mind all this." So this is an expression of frustration. He made a mistake. The father did make a mistake. And this will happen. Your parents are not angels. Your parents can make mistakes. Your parents can be unreasonable at times. And that is the time when Allah is testing you. How are you going to be when they are being unreasonable to you? When you really want something, they don't understand how much you want it, and they stop you from it. You want to go somewhere, you're really dying to go somewhere, they don't get it, they stop you from it. That is the time when, Allah Ta'ala is testing you. So talk to them, convince them, be good to them. Just talk. If you really want something, keep talking. Inshallah, they will give you. Keep talking. But what you don't do is yell at them. What you don't do is make faces at them. What you don't do is slam things. What you don't do is slam the door and walk out of the room. Nothing of this is allowed. Nothing of this. You just have to be very calm. Very, very, very calm. It is not easy. Nobody said it is easy, but even bringing you to this world wasn't easy. Raising you wasn't easy. She did that. And you know what? Has your mother ever told you what she has been through to raise you? Has she? Anyone? Any mother says that this is what I have been through to bring you to this world? Or this is what I had to do to raise you? And these are the sacrifices I made? And this is the amount of money I spent on you? Does any mother or any father say that? No, they don't. Because they are so selfless. They only do it because of the love that Allah has put in them. Not to get anything back of you. But Allah is now telling you, the least you can do is just be good. I'll give you an example. This is the last thing. How to control yourself. Imagine you go for a very important interview. The most important interview in your life. This is the job of a lifetime. You go to an interview. And the interviewer, deliberately, he is going to make your life hard. Is that right or wrong? He knows you have all the qualifications. You have all the skills. You are also experienced. You qualify for the job. But is he going to take that? No, no, no. He is going to test you. He is going to put you in a terrible situation. Now, you know that he is deliberately doing it. He is asking some trick questions. What do? Do you answer back that, hey man, do you know what you're talking about? Have you seen my qualifications? Have you seen my experience? I used to work for Apple before, and now I've come to Samsung or whatever. Yeah? No. Restraint. You know that if I say a word to this person, my job is gone. Is that right or wrong? If you say a word to this person which makes him angry or which he is displeased with or whatever, you know your job is gone. So no matter how much he pushes you, you will just have a smile on your face. You're sweating, but you will still smile. You will still be good. You will still be polite. Would you ever shout at him, do you mind, mister? No. No matter what he says. Is that right or wrong? No matter what he says to you, you will be polite. You will be smiling. You will be yes, sir, no, sir. Why? Because he is your door to that job. Now put your parents in his place. No matter what they do to you, they are your door to Jannah. You cannot go Jannah by shouting at them. You cannot enter Jannah by displeasing them. You cannot enter Jannah by disobeying them. You cannot enter Jannah by making faces at them. It doesn't matter what you have done, what your qualifications are. It doesn't matter how much namaz you have. It doesn't matter how long your beard is. It doesn't matter how old you are now. It doesn't matter you yourself have like 10 children. No. For your mother, you are still her child, and she is still a doorway to Jannah for you. You cannot go to Jannah without them. Without them being pleased. So this should stop you. Just imagine the interviewer. Imagine the job. Imagine Jannah. You have to be your best to your parents. Especially your mother. Don't be nasty to your fathers from now on, please. And I would say, I know we have not done a lot. If I ask my children when is Father's Day, I said, I know we don't deserve a lot. At least have a Father's hour. If not a full day, can we have 1 hour, please? Father's hour. Okay? But the way I see it, it gives us the chance to make that one day special for our mother. I don't know the historical background of it, or it started off with Christianity, or whatever it is. Our intention is, whichever day we do it, her birthday, or her anniversary, or Mother's Day, whatever day it is, we want to make that one day special. Yes, we'll be good to her every day, but we can't shower her with gifts every day. We can't give her breakfast in bed every day. We can't be extra good every day. And the other thing which you can do for her is start helping her. Start helping her. You know she doesn't expect it, but start doing it. I mean, you'll have to do it later anyway. Start washing dishes sometimes. She might not let you, but help her. Start hoovering sometimes, because when she sees you doing for your wife, then she'll think, oh, he never did it for me. All this for the wife and never for me. So might as well help her. Be at home. Be at home. Help her. Talk to her. All the mothers want, all the fathers want is to be nice. Just nice attitude. Be smiley. Be nice to them. Talk to them. Nowadays in this country, let me tell you what, this is again inshallah the last thing. What the parents want is children sitting with them 10 minutes a day and just talking. They don't want nothing, especially from people of your age, because once we enter the house, we are straight on our laptop, our tablet. We go straight to our room. We start chatting. Even right now, there are some people playing games. It's all right, do it. But in front of your mother, as I mentioned in the speech before, your mother is talking to you and you are still playing games. Can you give 10 minutes of undivided attention to your mother and father each day? Just sit with them, touch their feet, just, talk nicely to them, smile at them. Is anything you need? This is all they need. Believe me, the du'as that you will get just by doing this. They are not asking for anything. They are asking for your time, for your smile, for your beautiful attitude. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the tawfiq to act on the commandments of the Quran and to be good children to our mothers and our fathers. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin.